Post with Purpose, Social Media for Young Actors. Hello and welcome back to the Drama Coach podcast. My name is Lisa Southam. I'm an actor, drama coach, mum of young performers and host of this podcast, where we talk about acting, training, auditions, confidence and the industry in a grounded, practical way. This episode follows on from my conversation with Brian Maitland, who's an actor, professional content creator and social media coach. And after talking to Brian, I wanted to record a solo episode about social media for young actors. Because whether we like it or not, social media seems to be part of the acting landscape. That does not mean every actor has to become an influencer. It does not mean young performers should be posting constantly. And it definitely does not mean your worth as an actor is measured by views, likes or followers. But it does mean we need to talk about it properly. So today's episode is called Post with Purpose, because I think that's the key. Not post because you're panicking, not post because everyone else is, not post because you are chasing validation, but post with purpose. And by the way, I am by no means any expert on social media, but hey, that is why I talk to others that are. So point 1. Social media is a tool, not your whole career. Let's start with this. Social media can be useful. It can help actors connect, share work, learn, find opportunities, understand the industry, support each other, and become more visible. I've found it incredibly useful myself for the podcast, for coaching, for connecting with guests, for sharing acting tips, and for building a community. But social media is a tool. It's not your whole acting career. Training still matters. Craft still matters. Reliability still matters. Kindness still matters. Professionalism, being good in the room, and being prepared all still matter. A brilliant Instagram grid will not save you if you're rude, unprepared, or unable to take direction. And a small following does not mean you are not talented. So let's keep it in its place. Useful? Yes, it can be. Is it everything? No. Point 2. What do I mean by post with purpose? For me, posting with purpose means asking, why am I sharing this? Is it to inform? Is it to engage? Is it to show my work? Be careful with that one, don't break any NDAs. Is it to connect? Is it to reflect on something I'm learning? To celebrate something in a healthy way? To help someone else? That is very different from posting because you feel you have to prove that you are busy or successful. Actors can easily fall into that trap. You feel like you need to look successful. You need to show that you're training, show that you're auditioning. You need to show that you are on set. You need to show that you are wanted. But that pressure can become exhausting. And for young performers, it can become really unhealthy if their confidence starts to depend on how a post performs. So before posting, take a pause. What's the purpose? If there isn't one, maybe it doesn't need to be posted. And that's absolutely okay. Now, point 3 is an important one. For young performers, safety comes first. This bit matters. For children and younger teens, social media needs proper adult involvement, or perhaps they shouldn't be on it at all. Again, I'm not here to tell you how to parent. There are laws around it. They're different in different countries. This isn't vague adult involvement that I'm talking about. I'm talking about proper involvement and sticking to the rules that are there and in place to protect children. So this means thinking carefully about privacy, locations, school uniforms, rehearsal spaces, casting information, scripts, travel plans, and who is able to contact them. Please do not post confidential audition material. Please do not post where your child lives. Do not post scripts. Do not post self-tapes that were sent for a casting unless you have permission. Do not post details from set, especially if you're under NDA. Do not share hotel locations, school names, home routines, or anything that gives away too much personal information. And parents, this includes us too. Sometimes we can be so proud, understandably, that we want to share everything, but a child's acting journey should not become constant content. Celebrate them, yes, but protect them too. A good question is this post serving my child, or is it serving my excitement? This is a bit uncomfortable maybe, but it's worth asking, and it's something I'm thinking about myself too, since Brian's episode that I recorded yesterday. Just taking a quick moment to thank this season's sponsor, SceneTribe. And this one feels especially relevant today because we're talking about social media, visibility, connection, and how actors can show up professionally without feeling like they have to turn themselves into constant content. SceneTribe is a new network for the creative industries, built around your actual work, your credits, your collaborations, and the people you've worked with. It's a space for actors, performers, crew, creatives, directors, and producers to build proper profiles and discover opportunities through real creative connections, not just noise, algorithms, or chasing attention. And I really like that because it feels much more aligned with what we're talking about in this episode: being visible, being purposeful, sharing your work, and staying safe and grounded. There are also under 18 managed profiles now available on SceneTribe. You can find out more by visiting scenetribe.com. Okay, let's get back to the episode. Point 4. What actors can post. So what can you post? You can post about what you're learning. You can share a rehearsal reflection. You can talk about a play, a film, or a performance that inspired you. You can share a safe behind-the-scenes moment that doesn't break confidentiality. You can post a monologue, a practice clip, if it's appropriate and you're happy with it being public. You can share your thoughts on an acting exercise. You can celebrate a show after it's opened or a project after it's been announced. You can share your personality in a way that still feels professional. You can support other creatives. You can show that you're engaged, curious, and active. And this is important. You do not have to perform desperation. You do not have to constantly say, please cast me. Sometimes the best actor content simply shows that you're thoughtful, hardworking, interested, and professional. And I think that's enough. Point 5. What not to post. There are a few things I would be very careful with. Do not rant publicly about not getting a role. It's okay to feel disappointed. It's okay to process rejection, but be careful about turning that into public bitterness. Do not name and shame casting teams, agents, teachers, or other performers. If you do have problems with them, you absolutely need to flag that and flag that to the right channels. Go to Equity, go to Spotlight. You know, if you've got genuine problems with those teams, they absolutely need to be raised. But don't just be randomly sort of bitter on social media. I don't think that does you any favours. Of course, this is your platform and, you know, your profile, and it is up to you. These are only my suggestions and things that I think I would and wouldn't do and would or wouldn't advise. So do not share private messages. Don't make jokes that could be misunderstood by future employers, schools, agents, or casting directors. And don't post anything that makes you look difficult to work with. And again, don't post confidential material. I think a simple test is this. Would I be comfortable with a casting director, agent, teacher, parent, or future employer seeing this? If it's yes, then fine. If it's no, then pause. That does not mean you have to be fake. It means you just have to be aware. There's a difference between being authentic and being unfiltered. Actors need judgment. Social media is one place where that judgment shows. Point 6. Don't let numbers become your self-worth. This is the emotional bit sometimes, I think. Please don't let the likes, views, and followers become the measure of your talent or your worth. A post doing badly does not mean that you are bad. A post doing well doesn't necessarily mean you're suddenly better than everybody else. Social media is strange. Sometimes a brilliant, thoughtful post gets no traction at all. Sometimes a random, silly post flies. That is not a reliable measure of your value. So use social media if you wish and if you're old enough, but do not hand it to your confidence, especially for young performers. Your confidence needs to come from training, practice, resilience, self-respect, good people around you, and the knowledge that you are growing, not from a number on a screen. So, post with purpose. Use social media if it helps you. Learn from it. Connect through it. Share your work safely. Be visible if that feels right for you. But don't let it take over. Do not let it replace the craft. Do not let it become your confidence. And don't forget that the goal is not just to look like another actor online. The goal is to keep becoming one. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Drama Coach podcast. And if you feel it helped, please share it with a young performer, parent, or actor who is trying to navigate social media in a healthy way. You can find me on social media at The Drama Coach. Thanks again for listening, and I'll see you next time.